We got a lot of issues going on about rape, rape culture. Now, disclaimer right out the gate, I don't believe, condone rape, period. Okay? But there's some interesting statistics that you should know that is going to affect your livelihood and how you operate and how you can lessen the chances of you being accused of rape. Because the way things work now, if a woman makes an accusation of rape against you, you lost your job, your career, social prominence. Nobody believes you. And even if they find out that it wasn't true, the damage has still been done. So what I want to talk about is, a couple statistics that we're going to reiterate at the end. They say that, I believe in 2018, there was 760,000 estimated rapes of women. Now, these are an estimate because they say only 25% of women actually do file charges with law enforcement regarding rape. So we're left with about, a little less than 200,000 of actual reports. And of these actual reports, the statistic is 2 to 10% are fake. Now, the media likes to talk about it's only 2%, and there's another 600,000 women who haven't reported. But when you're talking about 2 to 18,000 men are accused of rape every year, it should be zero. But these men are accused of rape. Now, the most recent one that we have in the media, I want to cut to that right now. This gentleman is known as the punt god. Let me go ahead and freeze, what's going on in the action. But the punt god, was accused of raping this young lady, right? So let's go ahead and pause that because I don't want to give up all of my good story details. So this young man went to San Diego State University. I can't pronounce his last name. Forgive me. I'm going to try, though. Matt Araiza. Now, this young man was drafted to the Bills in the 2022 draft. Just happened. $3.8 million deal. They call him the punt god. Why? Punt god. Why? The boy got a leg. I mean, he was kicking 80-yard punts. In the preseason game with the Bills, he kicked an 80-yard punt. I mean, sailed up in the sky, which what that means, it gives your defenders more time to get there. This man is worth his weight in gold. If you kick a punt and you allow all your cornerbacks and people to get down there and tackle while the ball's still up in the air. So yeah, man, this young man was accused of rape by a 17-year-old girl. And two of his teammates at San Diego State, also from the football team, I believe, were also accused of volunteering in this rape act. It was an off-campus, as you can see the article. 17-year-old said she had sex with him when he was 21 outside of the house, and she claimed that he then led her back inside the house where there were at least 3 other men, including Xavier Leonard and Mr. Awaliko, that they raped her face down on a bed so violently that she was left bloodied and drifted out of consciousness. The attack ended when the party was over, she claimed. Documents unsealed revealed that prosecutors had concluded from 101 minutes of recordings, which means somebody pulled out a cell phone or was recording having sex with this girl, including sex tapes made by the 2 other players. You already know. She's 17, so now they in trouble for child pornography. He was dubbed college football's best punter in the unanimous All-American junior season. And he wasn't even at the party Y'all heard this. The prosecutors, so after he lost his NFL dream, the Bills kicked him off the team, said, we can't be bothered with this. Later on, they found, based on the video, that she lied, that he wasn't even there. Prosecutors in San Diego announced in December that no rape charges would be filed against him, now 22, and his former Aztec teammates. So none of them were found guilty. They ran a train. The video evidence led them to conclude the encounters between Leonard Awalico and the 17-year-old were not clearly forcible. So she 17-year-old wanted to have hot girl summer, and she had sex with a bunch of dudes off the football team. I'm sorry, yeah, that's it. Now, Awalico was charged, and I call it possessing child pornography, after his phone was seized, and denies the charge. So you can either have a rape charge or possession of child pornography. But what's crazy, it was the child pornography that exonerated him. In the statement, I was happy that there was so much evidence. I bet you were. And that this wasn't a he said, she said. He said, we always acknowledge having a consensual encounter with the girl outside, but denied being part of the violent attack. So in other words, he did have sex with her outside, allegedly. But when they got inside, the other two dudes, she was like, well, I wasn't there, but she had sex with two other dudes. Okay? A lot of cases like this it's up to a jury kind of guessing. I mean, if there's no evidence, either way, it's somewhat a guess. I'm grateful it's not in this case. Again, the video evidence exonerated him. He's back at home with his parents in California, training hard to try to get back into the NFL, which is foul. This dude lost a $3.8 million contract. And even still, if someone does take the chance to pick him up, because now he's an unrestricted free agent, he's still going to have that negative stigma, and there'll be millions of women still saying, I still believe her. She was a victim. She was a little girl. That's the goal, he told the Post. I think people underestimate how tough it is to make it into the NFL when you're a free agent. I believe the Jets are giving him a workout now, is the current. And of course, they ain't going to give him $3.8 million because he's now tainted goods. He's damaged goods, which is foul. He should, I mean, it's emotional. Sue her. But you know she ain't got the money, and she going to file bankruptcy right after the judgment is made because, yes, he wasn't even there. So, said he's very confident he'll be an asset if given an opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if the NFL people are telling him, don't even sue. If you want to get back in, just chill out, take the hit to the chin and keep it moving. But this is crazy. What he lost. Can you imagine getting your parents being there for you for years? You get drafted. You get the $3.8 million. You played in a game, preseason game, where you punted it 80 yards. And then it all goes away because of a false charge. She just made the accusation. No evidence. And then when the video came out, oh, my bad. He said the most difficult period since last summer was being on the sidelines again. He said it was a mental journey. You know, y'all could Google this article. You know, he described his emotions as angry and cheated. Felt like I worked my whole life for this thing, and it was taken away from me. It was brutal. I admit, bro, 3.8 mil? Can you imagine how his mama and his dad felt? Like, they were like, oh, we made it. All of them little pee-wee games, all of this, all of that, and now he made it. Boom. Rug pulled out from under his feet. Said he's still being sued by the alleged victim, who offered to settle for $50,000. Yo, even after being found to be telling a lie, she's still suing because she knows He gonna get a couple mil in the NFL and 50,000 to make her go away. Heck, whatever team drafts him might just give her the 50 grand to go away. An offer he rejected. Good for you, man. Saying he would consider countersuing her and definitely plans to sue her attorney. I'm not willing to pay money to people who damage my life irreversibly. It's just not something I'm willing to do. But I will never waive my right to sue her attorney, ever. That means it got grimy in court. And he called him all kinds of names. Good for you, man. Make an example of it. And I hope it gets a lot of public attention. But you might not be able to get an NFL contract. They're going to probably tell you to take it on the chin. These are the two that were also there. She's now 18. So the recordings which convinced prosecutors to drop charges show only a portion of what happened. I'm sure there's more. I don't think it exonerates anybody. She says she's content continuing to home his, well, he's going to home his craft, and hopefully some team comes calling. That's foul. So this is another example. After more than 70 years, golly, man, 4 black men wrongfully accused of rape have been exonerated. You know, they call them the Groveland Four. One of them, this article is crazy. As you read it, one of them died because they unloaded. If you see it towards the bottom, it says Thomas was killed by a posse that shot him more than 400 times. The local sheriff, Willis McCall, fatally shot Shepard and wounded Irvin in 1951. That means a mob of people chased this man down and shot him 400 times. You think about the kind of guns that were available in 1951. They had shotguns and revolvers. There was a lot of people that unloaded in that, brother. 400, and he didn't even do it. That was in Fort Lauderdale. Thurgood Marshall was involved in this case. And of course, he became a Supreme Court judge. But this is one of the things that he defended these men. And now finally, they exonerated him some 72 years later, even after finding him not guilty. The Florida legislature in 2017 formally apologized to the men's families. Governor Ron DeSantis and the state's 3-member cabinet granted posthumous pardons more than 2 years ago. 2018, then Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi directed the State Department of Law Enforcement to review the case. Earlier this year, we know what happened. But again, false rape charge. Here's some statistics. Again, what's key is that, with that being said, there's a variety of resources such as the United States Justice Department, which says approximately 2% of all complaints are false. Again, the number is 700 and something, 60-odd thousand. You know, let's do the math, right? You know, let's not speculate, right? So we're talking, because we're going to get up to a statistic later on in the slides, which is going to tell you, you know, like we're going to go with 750,000, right? That they estimate, because they're saying 25% only real, right? So multiply that, and that gives us 187,000 actual reported rates. Now, of those, they're saying 0.2 or 2%, or 3,750 people, men, are falsely accused of rape. Line number 7, out of the 2,059 false rape accusations that they documented, of them, 147% were false. Right? Here's another page. The outcome of false rape accusations. Mental illness, depression, profit, financial reasons is why the women do it. These are the motivations. Sorry. Mental illness. She crazy. Depression. Everybody talking about how she had a threesome with a bunch of football players. Profit, financial. Even though she's been proven not guilty, she still want 50 grand. Create an alibi. I didn't cheat on my husband. This guy raped me. So lock him up. Attention. I want to, this guy had a one-night stand with me, and he now is ignoring me. And sympathy. Everybody's, oh my gosh, you're so strong and you're so brave, that you made it through that. It's good for you to stand up. And the difficulty of investigation. I mean, let's keep it real. The other statistic is that men, one in five, also are victims. And they don't tell that they've been raped. A lot of them have been raped are familial, people who are family members, close friends of the family. They don't talk about it. All right? But here's some interesting statistics. Like I told you, rape is worse among men. 1 in 5 women in the United States experience completed or attempted rape during their lifetime. So 20% of women. Gentlemen, there's 1 in 5 women when you walk into a bar, public establishment, has been a victim of attempted rape, according to this statistic, or completed. Tried to rip her clothes off, a sexual assault, or actually penetration. So you got to think about if there's 20% of women who are carrying around this mental trauma, that requires deep therapy, and you can't rescue her with the power of your penis. Additionally, which is worse, which is surprising, 1 in 4 men experience some form of contact sexual violence in their lifetime. I mean, you can't even draw figures at the women without addressing the men. 1 in 4 guys had some sort of sexual trauma in their past. So the same thing goes for ladies. You got to be careful of what guy you engage in a relationship with. I mean, I think it goes for both sides, but it's even worse with men. Nationwide, 81% of women and 43% reported experiencing some form of sexual harassment. You see that? Over 50% of men ain't saying nothing. They don't, the humility, they don't want to say anything. But they go and get married. They're tough and big and bad. And they're just like thugging through it. 1 in 3 women victims of 1 in 3 female victims of completed or attempted rape experienced it between the first time between 11 and 17. That is, whew. Let's go on. We talked about the 1 in 4 men. There's the number I told you about, 734,000. It is estimated in 2018. 40% of rapes, sexual assaults were reported to police, but only 25%, 1 in 4 was reported to police in 2018. And then here we go. Before they said 2%. Now they're saying 10 are false. Do you realize what they're saying when they say 10% of that number, of that, or 25% of them, are false? And what we said was 3,000, right? You got to multiply that times 5. So we're talking about 16, 17,000 men receive false reports of rape. Let's continue. So what's the solution? Okay. Gentlemen, this is on eBay. It's a hidden camera pen. Looks like a regular pen. You see how it screws off and you plug USB into your laptop. It also does, it's 1080p, 4K nanny pen. I mean, now, many of you put this on your counter, dresser in your bedroom. and you stick it in a cup and you activate it, right? Because what saved the punt god was video. It's your word against them, and your word don't count for jack. This young man had a 22 years with no record, and all of a sudden, one accusation, he loses it all. This is one. The pen, $25. You want to do 15 years, or just invest $25 in this thing that will record for probably 30 minutes? You get the good part, her saying, "Yeah, I like it. I'm so into you. You guys call me daddy, whatever you do in the bedroom." But the key is to demonstrate that this is consensual sex. Now, don't be the kind of wussy dude that goes out there and posts it on the web for everybody to see. That's some weak man stuff, right? I want to use the B word, but I don't want to get censored. But that's some weak stuff, man. You're only doing this to protect yourself. You put the video away, you chill for 6 months. If she don't say nothing, it's gone, right? Or for me, what I do, the next day, a couple days later, "Hey man, we really had a good time that night. That was something else, girl, man. I mean, what you was doing was crazy." Right? And she's like, she's gonna respond, "Yeah." Well, that's my consent via text. Delete. I don't keep video, right? I just do it to protect myself. Here's another one. This thing looks like a set of shades that you could just put right on your bedroom dresser. "What's up, babe? We got my glasses here." She might even try the jokers on. Same thing. These are high definition glasses, right? It just looks like a set of glasses on your counter, but this for $25. And let me show you what I got. This is my joint. This is what it looks like. Here's my Samsung S22. What I do, camera's right there. I put my phone on top of it. And it's like, yeah, it's just charging. Because it's a battery pack, so it'll charge your phone. But it also records. It has a SIM card. It'll keep up to 30 minutes. But also, this joker will record to my phone. So then via wireless connection, it'll go to my phone. I can capture all audio. I can store it to my phone memory. And I can make sure that during consensual sex, there's no lie. Now, the price went up on this joker. It was $25 when I bought it. No, I think you're right, $35. I just like that I can still use it as a charger. So like, if I go over to some girl's house, I could plug it into my phone, leave it on the counter, And this joker, it's got night vision. Damn. Last night, the night lights off in the room, and everything has a green shade to it. But it captured all the moments, the important things. I ain't messed with this girl in about 6 months, 6 months. And I was like, I need something to make sure to protect myself. Because even I didn't have the conversation. Shorty just hit me up, like, "Hey, what you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, her daughter's back with her daddy, so she's free. And now she calling me. It's summertime." I'm like, all right. So yeah, protect yourself. Cover your ass. This here, for a mere $35, I use it every time. You hit the power button. You got the power lights on the back. You got a button up front. And then it hits my phone. And then I just go ahead. I got the app saved on my phone. And it's trying to connect. And it's as simple as that. So hey, Toxic Reality Show, here to help you young men out. old men, all men, this is something you need to incorporate into your life. Because without whoever pulled out the cell phone with Matt, he'd be in jail. And despite that, she's still asking for 50 grand. Don't let that be you, because you ain't got his kind of resources. And he was lucky that his boy had a cell phone and recorded it. If his friend didn't pull the camera out, and mind you, the camera showed that he wasn't there. That's how he got away. That's why he got away. That's why he wasn't charged. And he didn't deny what happened. He was like, I wasn't in there. Right? But you got to protect yourself. I need you all to, like and subscribe so we could do your research, bring the content for you, and I bring value. That's my most important thing. I want to give you statistics, true facts, and resources, things of value that's going to save your ass. Don't be the damn, I wish I had done what Gordon said in the toxic. Man, make the investment. And don't be no wuss out there sharing stuff online. That's lame, man. You record it, you get verbal or a text message where she says, yeah, we had a great time. Cool. No need to keep storage. Get rid of it, delete it, ready for next time, right? Because I'm trying to protect you, because all she's got to do is make the accusation, right? You saw what happened to Brother Hakimi. Girl accused him of rape, wife all of a sudden filed charges. She wanted a divorce. Now, what does he have to prove that it wasn't rape? It's his word versus hers. And it ain't going to work too well in his favor in the court of law. So all of that to say, Gordon Toxic Reality Show, please like and subscribe. Again, info@toxicrealityshow.com if you have any show topics that you would like to discuss. I implore any men that got baby mamas, girlfriends, whatever, that post videos on TikTok, and if you've got the real story, or at least your version, let's get to it. Let's bring you on and let's talk about it. Otherwise, God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please, again, share with your friends, because this is valuable information they need to know. And all of this stuff is available on eBay. You could buy it. I'm telling you, cop this. We out.